הנה מה טוב ומה נוהם שווה סחים גם יוחד. The sophisticate and the simpleton. There was once two homeowners who lived in the same city. They were both very wealthy, and each owned a huge house. Each one also had a son, and the two sons studied in the same class. Now one of these sons was clever, while the other was simple. He was not stupid, but his intelligence was simple and lacking subtlety. But his intelligence was simple and lacking subtlety. The two sons were very dear friends to each other, despite one being clever and the other being simple with a subtle mind. Nevertheless, they were very dear friends as time passed. The two homeowners began to lose their fortunes. This continued until they had both lost everything and had become paupers. They had nothing left but their houses. Meanwhile, the sons had begun to mature. So the fathers said to their sons, "We cannot afford to support you. Go do as you see fit." So the simple one went and learned the skill of shoemaking. The clever one, though, felt that he was too intelligent to devote himself to such a simple art. So he decided that he would travel about the world and see what he could do. As he was walking about in the marketplace, he saw a large carriage harnessed to 4 horses that was passing by quickly. He asked the merchants, "Where are you from?" "From Warsaw," they answered. "Where are you going?" He asked. "To Warsaw," they answered. "Maybe you need some helpers." He asked. They saw that he was clever and conscientious, and they found him agreeable, so they took him with them. So he traveled with them and served them very well along the journey. When they reached Warsaw, he thought to himself, "Since I'm already in Warsaw, why should I stay around with them? Maybe I will find a better place to work. Let me go and see." So he walked around in the market and began searching and asking about the people who had brought him there, and if there was a better opportunity for work besides them. He was told that these people are honest, and it would be a good idea to work for them, but it is very difficult to do so since the business takes them far away. So he continued walking around and noticed shop assistants on their way. There seemed to be a special charm to them as they went around their usual way in the marketplace, their hats, their shoes, and with pointy tips, the way they walked and were dressed, and other such characteristic traits. Now, since he was very intelligent and sharp, this really appealed to him. These aesthetics resonated with his sophisticated intelligence, and besides, he would be able to remain in one place. So he returned to the people who had brought him and gave them a nice present, telling them that he does not feel comfortable working for them, and for their having brought him here, he had served them along the way. Gave them a nice present and said thanks. Nanach. Nanach, nachman, nachman meuman. Nanach, nachman, nachman meuman. Hine ma tovim ma noem shevesachim gam yuchad. He then went and found work with some storekeeper. He then went and found work with some storekeeper. Now it is customary that helpers are initially paid little and are made to work hard. And only eventually do they progress to the levels of higher ranking helpers. So the storekeeper made him work hard, sending him to bring merchandise to lords, as helpers do, by carrying thick loads of clothes under the arms. He found this work very difficult for him. Sometimes he had to carry this load up many flights of stairs, and this was hard for him. Being a philosopher, he thought to himself, why should I work like this? The main purpose of working is for the goal of getting married and supporting oneself, but I don't have to think about this yet. I have time in the future for that, and years to come. In the meantime, better that I go traveling about the earth to visit the countries and see all the sights. So he went to the market and saw merchants traveling in a large carriage. Where are you going? He asked them. To Ligorno, they answered. Will you take me with you? He asked. Sure, they said. They took him there, and from there he went to Italy, and from there to Spain. Meanwhile, years had passed, and he had become even more sophisticated since he had been in many countries. So he thought to himself, the time has come to be realistic. The time has come to be realistic. Nanach, nachma, meuman.